Now at 5, the Joplin School District discusses why it decided to wait Monday night to open its storm shelters. Plus, we'll meet a Webb City firefighter retiring next week after 40 years of service.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
More severe weather and rain struck the 4 states today. It is still in some parts of the area. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy, who's been tracking the storm as it's moved through the 4 states.
Yeah, of course, we've had the showers. We've had the thunderstorms across the region. Tornado watch has been in effect across Missouri, Arkansas, into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Still, Cherokee County, look at all the tornado warnings we did have off to parts of Lawrence County and then a sliver of Berry County. This is now pushing south of Springfield. Severe thunderstorm warnings, so we're looking Vernon County, Barton County, over into Cedar County and St. Clair County, and then we have severe thunderstorm warnings from Lawrence, Berry, and then into Newton, McDonald, and then also into Delaware County. So a lot of severe weather. These are still forming mainly south of I-44. So the greater tornado threat is going to be in Delaware County, Benton County, McDonald County, and Berry County. And then we got to watch these guys kind of in our eastern counties as they continue to pop up. But let's get a little bit closer look. We're going to go into McDonald County. We do have Ty Parks out there who is in our Skywatch storm tracker. We can get that popped up. You can see the very ominous looking sky. But we're seeing the showers. We're seeing the thunderstorms. A lot of hail has been across the region. A lot of areas have picked up anywhere from golf ball upwards to a little bit bigger than baseball, pushing softball size hail throughout the afternoon. All right, let's go back to the radar. On top of that, we've had very heavy amounts of rain, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. Biggest storms now, northern Delaware. We're looking from Pineville north and then just south of Neosho, Seneca looking a lot better. And then big time storms all the way over toward Monette. We did have a brief tornado south of Miami that did have a little bit of damage. And then a little thunderstorm between Joplin and Carthage. And then we've been tracking this guy pushing out just to the east of Sheldon that is producing some large hail as well. We'll look more at that, also rainfall and what is going to come or move in as we go through the evening hours here in just a bit. For now, we're going to throw it over to Mr. Dow quick.
All right, we'll see you soon. You mentioned some damage near Miami. We'll take a look at this. This is a photo that we just received from a home near Miami. We have a photographer there trying to get some video as well. At least a couple of other homes on this same road have relatively minor damage. This is 120th Road. The damage is east of the Dollar General on E Street Southwest. The storm also damaged an outbuilding, uprooted some trees. We don't yet know of any injuries in that area. However, we have not heard of any. If you want to see our latest severe weather coverage wherever you are, including cut-ins to regular programming, just download the KOAM Plus app. When the storms move in, we're going to keep you in the know, even on the go. It's available free of charge on your phone, as well as Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Also, join us anytime as we stream live, as we are doing right now on YouTube. In keeping with policies, school storm shelters in Joplin open to the public in light of today's severe storm threat. The storm shelters are set to automatically unlock in any of 3 circumstances. According to the Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Matt Harding, the doors to storm shelters automatically unlock if a storm warning is issued anywhere in Jasper County, a tornado warning anyway, if the Joplin tornado sirens are activated, or if there's an active tornado on the ground or a tornado threat in a neighboring county.
We did some research around Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, even other cities and schools that had safe rooms, looked at their policies, and it was pretty much they were all on the same page, as most of them do not issue it until they do a warning or a tornado sirens are instigated, or if there's a storm approaching in a neighboring county.
Absolutely. The storm shelters followed their policy on Monday at 11:16 p.m. when a tornado warning was issued for Cherokee County, Kansas, and Jasper County, Missouri. After more than 40 years serving the community, a Webb City firefighter will retire next week. Jackie Clark is the third longest serving firefighter in the history of the department. He's done it all, from delivering babies to saving lives and saving houses. Now his new routine comes with mixed feelings.
It's going to be hard for me to turn loose. I won't have my radio. I get all the 911 alerts in the city on my phone. Well, that'll go away. So I like to be in the know.
I know how much my dad loves to be a fireman, and that's like such a huge part of his identity. And so many people know Dad as a fireman, and they're like, oh, I know your dad, I know your dad. And
Clark says he now hopes to enjoy his cars, travel with his wife, and work on some honeydews. We give him our thanks and congratulations. Still ahead, the challenges ahead of a silver tsunami.
A record number of Americans will turn 65 this year, and many are ready to retire. I'm Bradley Blackburn with advice from doctors on how to make the golden years great.
Topping today's Health Watch, Stanford University researchers are taking a closer look at mucus to better diagnose illnesses. Someone has to do it. They developed mucus-producing intestinal cells in a lab that can be used to simulate infections and treatment. They say this process is easier, more accurate, and more humane than extracting mucus during animal testing. This Mental Health Awareness Month, a silver tsunami is approaching retirement age. This year, more than 11,000 Americans turn 65 every day. That's an all-time record. The golden years can be relaxing and rewarding, but doctors say they can also come with big changes that can impact mental health. Bradley Blackburn has more on how to prepare for it.
For years, Patty Ryan avoided even thinking about retirement. The idea alone made her anxious.
Started sort of not sleeping and really nervous.
But last year, after she turned 70, she decided it was time to leave her job at Hackensack University Medical Center in New Jersey, supervising pediatric physical therapy.
All of a sudden it was like, I said it took a long time, maybe almost 49 years, but I think I'm burning out.
Ryan is part of a wave of retirees. A record 4.1 million Americans will turn 65 this year. Dr. Gary Small, Hackensack's chair of psychiatry, says preparing for that big change is important for brain health.
If you don't have enough mental challenge, it can accelerate that cognitive decline and increase the risk for dementia or Alzheimer's disease.
A recent NIH study found more than 40% of Americans 60 and older feel lonely.
Loneliness causes all kinds of health problems, particularly mental health problems. It leads to a higher risk of depression. If you get depressed, you have a higher risk of physical problems.
Retirement can also be invigorating.
Very surprised how much I like not working. I'm very surprised. Peanut butter chocolate chip.
She's baking.
Beautiful.
Spending more time with her husband, picking up pickleball, and forming new friendships.
You have to search. You have to be proactive. You can't. It just doesn't come to you.
Part of a generation finding new meaning in retirement. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Hackensack, New Jersey.
Now, some studies suggest retirees are more likely to experience depression than those who are still working. Doctors say if mood is interfering with daily activities, it might be time to see a therapist for some help. Attempts to be a perfect parent are unattainable and lead to unhealthy impacts on both adults and children. That's according to a survey of more than 700 parents by the Ohio State University College of Nursing. They found parent burnout is strongly associated with internal and external expectations, while children whose parents spend more free, unstructured time with them have fewer mental health issues. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our Pet Vet On Call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about bad breath in your pet.
Plus, we have ongoing severe weather across the region. I'm going to give you a full breakdown coming up next.
Things on flooring.
Well, of course, we've been dealing with the severe weather across the region. We've had quite a bit. This is like our 15th event that we've already seen this spring, and we're going to be ongoing with severe weather as we go through the next couple hours, mainly in our southern counties. Still, we have a tornado watch out in effect right along the I-44 corridor and south, and then up I-49 and east. Mainly in Kansas, you guys are fine. You don't have to worry about any showers or thunderstorms that are going to be strong or severe. Look at the overall movement off toward the east-northeast, but the line is sinking south and east. So this is going to be the main line of thunderstorms kind of in our southern counties, and it will sink into northwest Arkansas and out of the region. So our viewing area is not going to have a severe threat anywhere after, I would say, 7 p.m. Everything will look pretty good. All right, so let's look at this. Of course, earlier we had a tornado south side of Miami, and then we had another one which developed very close to Monette and then pushed just off toward the east. So you can still see that tornado warning, which is south of Springfield. Let's zoom in, do a tour where you see these pinks. That is showing us our hail cores. So we are getting hail just north of Jay into right across Grand Lake. Here's a severe thunderstorm warning, southern parts of Newton County, looking at Berry County, so getting into Pineville very shortly. Very heavy amounts of rain up near Anderson. Let's track a little bit farther toward the east, getting into northern parts of Berry County up toward Monette. Of course, Monette over toward Verona and Aurora did get a tornado, so they did have at least quite a bit of damage, and then still a tornado warning off toward the east. All right, let's go a little bit farther north, El Dorado Springs to Stockton. Another little thunderstorm which is developing near Lamar. We have one little guy which is right on top of Carthage, and of course look at the hail. So we've had large hail. These are the hail tracks that we have seen. So all these areas where you see the darker blues is showing us at least half dollar size hail upwards to golf ball size hail. So you can see all these hail tracks north of Seneca, very large hail. This is earlier, just south of Neosho, all the way over toward Monette with these showers and thunderstorms. Also, very heavy amounts of rain. This is why we have flash flooding. From Fairland to Seneca, we've had anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of rain over toward Neosho. Also our northern thunderstorm, Columbus, all the way up toward Lamar, very heavy amounts of rain. So of course, if you see rising waters, make sure you don't drive through it, and especially as it gets dark a little bit later on tonight. All right, thunderstorms, these are the hail tracks right now. So this is where we have hail. You can see Grand Lake and then just south of Monette. But our overall severe threat is going to slowly drop as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Let's look at our future track. Band of storms through Bentonville, Anderson, Cassville, Pierce City. So this is at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then as we continue through the overnight hours, our thunderstorms are going to be dropping, and we look pretty good. Our weather is going to calm down as we go through the next few days, and then next chance for showers and thunderstorms and a severe threat moves in next Monday.
Because of course it will.
Yeah.
At least a few days of relatively nice weather.
Yes, a few
through
days.
Mother's Day. Doug, thanks. We have another image now. This is a live image from this home damage. This is south of Miami, possibly from that tornado Doug referenced. This is on 130th Road. We're told there are no injuries. The couple who live here did the right thing. They hid in a closet. Again, no one hurt. Family and friends are there helping sort through the debris right now. This is south of Miami, Oklahoma. Coming up, as cyber attacks spread, we look at how you can protect yourself. Topping today's Consumer Watch, TikTok is pushing back against a law that could ban the app in the U.S. TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, filed a petition alleging the law is unconstitutional. The company says the law blocks free speech and prevents users from accessing lawful information. This comes after President Biden signed the legislation last month that would ban the social media platform in the U.S. entirely unless the company sells it to a non-Chinese entity by this coming January. Cyber attacks are becoming more common. Experts say strong passwords can protect you, but many of us don't follow that advice. Christine Lazar explains.
Passwords have become a way of life in the digital era, and they can be a real pain.
Admittedly, passwords are really hard, and people need a lot more of them than they would think.
Because of that, many people reuse them. In a new survey, 24% admit using the same passwords across multiple accounts.
I'm ashamed to say my password is pretty similar for most of my things.
I repeat them all the time.
And why do you do that?
Probably out of laziness and just because I don't remember them.
Do you worry at all about security?
Not enough to change them, clearly.
All of your passwords need to be long, unique, and random. We're talking 12, 16 characters.
CNET cybersecurity writer Bree Fowler admits it's hard to keep track of unique passwords. 35% of people say they remember their passwords by writing them down on a piece of paper. But there may be a better way.
A password manager can be really helpful.
CNET recommends several password managers. Their top overall pick is called Bitwarden.
They have a really great free tier. You only have to remember one password, and that'll unlock all of your passwords and autofill them.
Fowler says even with that step, you should also use two-factor authentication whenever possible.
What two-factor does is require a second form of authentication in addition to your password.
Sites will often text you a secondary code to make sure you're you and not a hacker. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Our Pet Vet on Call up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, a whistleblower breaks his silence on possible corners cut by a major supplier of Boeing 737 MAX jets. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to hear more from the Joplin School District about its public storm shelter policy, plus how power outages from the recent storms are impacting some local businesses still. And some local standout high school athletes signed to play at the collegiate level. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Our dogs aren't typically known for their great hygiene, but what exactly is normal? Well, today's question for our Pet Vet on Call is, should I be concerned about my dog's bad breath?
Oh my gosh, most definitely yes. Bad breath is just one of the major red flags about health of your pet. The number one reason, there are several, but the number one reason for that is bacteria on the plaque on their teeth. And as that bacteria gets worse, it causes gingivitis. Itis means infection. Now the infection is in your bloodstream and it gets your heart, your kidney, your liver, your lungs. It definitely robs your pet of quality of life, if not kill them way before their time. So if you think it's a nasty smelling breath, take it to your vet.
Cool.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to PetVet, KOAMTV.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question, or sometimes it brings us a fun fact every Wednesday right here on KOAM News at 5. Of course, you can also find answers to previous questions on our website. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. Look at this. From the Joplin Humane Society, we have Chubbs, 5-year-old male English bulldog. What do you think, Doug? Cute dog, Chubbs.
He's chubby.
Yes, he's chubby. The society says he likes to sit by his person for snuggles. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, meet this cute little female kitten. They say she loves attention. Her name is Quint. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? It's been raining cats and dogs in parts of the area.
Yeah, showers, thunderstorms, quite a bit of severe weather. Of course, we had tornado warnings earlier. We still have severe threat in our far southern counties. So we are looking Delaware County, Benton County, McDonald County, and Berry County. I really think everybody else is looking pretty good. Current severe thunderstorm warnings we can take out Neosho here. So it's mainly McDonald County, Berry County, and extreme southern Lawrence County. Of course, we're going to have more on this on KOAM News at 6.
Once again, kudos to you and to the weather team in general for keeping us informed throughout the afternoon.
I appreciate
as you always
it.
do. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. Let's make it a great evening.